He makes a quick step and blows by the defender. The final whistle has been... He makes a quick step and blows by the defender. Steps in. He makes a quick step and blows by mid-range. He makes a quick step and blows by the defender. Takes a nimble. There's only a few seconds remaining. He makes a quick step and blows. Where was the defense?
All right, man. Today we're going to be talking about Trae Young. This is not like the Mike Conley video where we go completely in depth about his skills and stuff like that. Nope. We're just talking about the fact that he will definitely snatch your ankles and shoot it from deep. So we're going to talk about the deep shooting once we get to the badges. But right now, we're going to be talking about his exclusive between the legs dribble. So it looks like this. 9 times out of 10, if your defender is not moving or going in the correct direction, you will snap their ankles in half. So the way that you activate this, simply just stand still and tap your crossover button. You're gonna go into this animation right here. Now there is a second one that looks like this. Just like that, man. So if you hold it, you're gonna notice that after he gets done doing everything, he's gonna start going between the legs like this. So this is an unusual animation. You don't really see that animation often, but the thing I wanted to point out with that is that while you're dribbling the ball between your legs, and that animation in specific, it's a phase 2 dribble. So you're able to do a behind the back dribble after that. I'm not sure if he has a sham guard or not. I didn't check out all the badges. I just looked at the 3-point shooting ones in his exclusive. So yeah, you hold this. You'll go into this between the legs dribble right here. And then you can go into a behind the back because it is certainly a phase 2 crossover once you're dribbling between the legs like that. So another thing I want to point out with this ability is that it has 3 phases. So the first phase is when he's dribbling the ball between his legs right here. Before he goes behind the back, that is the phase 1 variation of this dribble. And then after he goes behind the back, it switches to phase 2. And the more you hold it, it's gonna go into phase 3, but you don't have to go all the way to this in order for you to actually do your behind the back dribble. So as you can see, if we're just doing this, we can go into behind the back off of that because the second half of that is phase 2. So yeah, man, make sure that y'all keep that stuff in mind. It's also important to note that if you simply just tap the crossover button, he's gonna finish his dribble with the same hand that he started the animation with. But if you hold it, he's gonna end it in the opposite hand, just like that. So there's another thing you can do with this. If you just hold, wait, let's hold. Till we get here, and then you can go into this animation right here. Now you may be thinking, Dream, that animation is slow, it's trash, it's doo-doo, it's not worth using. But the thing about this right here is that the quick juke effectiveness increases significantly when you use that ice cold. That's what it is. So you do this, then you go into your dribble here. You're more likely gonna snap their ankles in half, especially if they're standing still or they're simply just holding their defend button. You're basically guaranteed to snap their ankles in half if they're holding defend and not using their analog. So make sure y'all keep all of this stuff in mind. If you're using Trae Young, this will help you learn how to dribble with him more effectively. If you're playing against a Trae Young, then this will help you defend against it more effectively. You're playing against a Trae Young, please, for the sake of God, man, don't stand still inside of his interruption zone because you will get your ankle snap in half, and he can certainly shoot from deep. So let's go ahead and talk about that right now. Trae Young's exclusive pulled up, so let's go ahead and read the effects down here at the bottom. I know y'all don't want to hear me read all these words, so let's go ahead and just read the effects down here. So stamina cost minus 20%. We don't care much for that, but that does play into his ability to dribble the ball more frequently and more effectively because you don't have to worry as much about running out of stamina. And you know, the lower your stamina is, the higher the chance it is of you getting ripped. So yeah, minus 20% stamina definitely comes in handy. You want to make sure you're maxing this out when you get the opportunity. If you do just so happen to get him rank 7, it is not easy getting epics to rank 7, especially if you already have one. More often than not, you're free to play. You're going to have to choose between epics. So let's go ahead and look at what I came in here for. Here we go. So this ability right here, man, his dominance is absolute insanity. So look at the 3-point distance weakening resistance at 20%. Insanity, man. His collision radius decreases by 0.33 feet as well. So what is the collision radius? That means the radius that you run into your defender. So that's going to decrease. And when you're doing your ice cold, that slow dribble that you might feel like isn't worth using because it's so slow. So you go into that, there's a less chance for you to collide with your defender. So make sure y'all keep that in mind. Now, the next thing we're looking at is 3-point pull-up pro. Just take a look at that, man. Well, no, that's not it. All right, so the next thing we're looking at is unlimited range. So let's go ahead and read this because it's not like 1,000 words. So reduces field goal percent weakening for long range shots. And Trae Young has a level 5. So we can go all the way up to level 5. And what happens when you get this to level 5? You get a total. Look at that down there, man. Just look, if you have 750 greater 3-point attribute, you're going to get 22% extra range for your shots. And then you activate your dominance, you're looking at an additional 20% for a total of 42% extra range on your 3-point shots. So you're using Trae Young. You don't have to play as close to the 3-point line. He has so much extra range on his 3-point shots that you don't have to risk being closer to the other defenders while you're attempting to break your defender's ankles in half. And if you're guarding a Trae Young, please don't give him too much space at the 3-point line, because if he steps back 9 times out of 10, he is definitely going to make that shot with 42% extra range on his 3-point. So, all right, man, I'm going to wrap this video up. Y'all want to see more of this? Go ahead and drop a like, sub to the channel, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.